What's the word, ladies and gentlemen? This is Andrew, and today, that's right guys, I am pleased, so happy to announce that I got into the Overwatch closed beta. Oh my god, this is something I've been really working towards getting into since, I don't even know, last year. I feel so happy I could just, I don't know, throw up right now. I mean, you know, that happiness just overwhelms you. I'm just so excited. So yeah, I got it yesterday, and I played a good number of hours of that. Stayed up till like 3 a.m. playing it last night. Just trying to get a good grasp of what the game is about, you know, how does it really compare to the other shooters that I've played. And I guess the usual thing to do would be like first impressions, but I mean, come on, everyone's doing their first impressions. So instead, maybe I could just tell you guys sort of my thoughts on Overwatch and how it compares to Dirty Bomb. Since a lot of you guys are from Dirty Bomb, I figured I would, you know, frame this video in sort of a Dirty Bomb perspective, or through a Dirty Bomb lens, so to speak, right? So first and foremost, you have the gunplay. What's the gunplay like in Overwatch versus Dirty Bomb? Dirty Bomb, you got the guns, you got some abilities mixed in there. In Overwatch, I feel like it's a bit more of a broader spectrum, right? You have some classes that are great that play just like the ones in Dirty Bomb, but then you have other classes that have, like, you know, they're more spell-based. They have more support abilities. They have more AoEs. They have, you know, maybe slower projectiles. So I feel like Overwatch has a broader spectrum, which may or may not be a good thing. You know, you may think, oh, variety, that's a good thing, but if you think about it, it all depends on what you like as a player. Are you the type of player who just likes to, you know, focus on that core gunplay of Dirty Bomb, you know, really just kind of go to toe with someone with your gun who can headshot the other person better? I mean, yes, obviously abilities do come into a play in Dirty Bomb, but I feel like Overwatch has a much bigger emphasis on abilities, right? You have, like, each character has like at least 4 abilities. They all do specialized things. There's different spells. It's much more like a MOBA than Dirty Bomb is. So it really depends on what you like. For me personally, I really enjoy the core gun mechanics in Dirty Bomb. I love, you know, how it rewards aim players. Overwatch, it also does. I'm not saying, like, you know, your good aim is not going to matter in Overwatch, but I feel like it's kind of diluted because it's only part of a really, really big variety-filled equation of Overwatch. You know, you got these different healing mechanics, you got these different, like, AoE abilities, you got these different, like, blink abilities. It plays out very much like a MOBA would. Another difference between the two games, Overwatch and Dirty Bomb, is that in Overwatch, I feel like there's more variety. I mean, sure, Dirty Bomb has different mercs, and there is a lot of variety there, but I feel like Overwatch just kind of goes overboard with variety. There is a hero out there for everyone and anyone. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It, again, really depends on you as a player, right? For me, this is kind of one of the things I appreciate Dirty Bomb over Overwatch, is that if I pick Sawbones, right, or if I pick Aura or Phoenix or some support merc, I don't feel outgunned entirely by, say, a Fragger. In Overwatch, you know, first impressions, I'm just gonna say it, I feel like some of the support heroes are really, really focused on supporting. If you try to take up a support hero against a crazy killer attack offensive hero, you're gonna get slaughtered unless you completely outskill the opponent. And I guess that's just how Overwatch is built. It's sort of like Dota, right? I mean, they have these very clear distinctions amongst the roles, but in Dirty Bomb, it's like, alright, I picked Sawbones, I got a crossing, I can still kick ass. But in Overwatch, it's like, alright, I picked a support medic type person. It's going to be a lot hard to kill people with, but I can support my team really well. So it's like a different mentality. For me, personally, the kind of player I am, I love killing things, so I appreciate the fact that I can pick any merc in Dirty Bomb and I can do reasonably well with the skill I have. In Overwatch, I feel like the heroes are kind of more based on a more variety kind of thing. Like, if you're support, you're probably gonna play a bit more supporty. You're probably not gonna kill as many people. With that said, though, there are some exceptions to this rule, but I just feel like that's kind of like the general trend, right? The killer heroes are super killer. The supports have more of an emphasis on being supporty. And just to kind of give you an example of what I mean and what you guys can expect going from Dirty Bomb and trying out Overwatch, if you guys do end up trying out Overwatch, is that when I first started, like, I picked Soldier 76, right, who is the generic archetype for literally a generic shooter type hero. I mean, he's got the sprint ability, which is, oh, by the way, you can't sprint in Overwatch. All of your heroes kind of walk, except for Soldier 76. He's got a automatic rifle. He's got a little rocket launcher. He's got like a little healing ability, and his ultimate gives him auto aim, which is a whole nother topic. I'm not going to get into that. But the point is he plays very similarly to, like, say, Skyhammer, right? He's got a relatively fast firing weapon. Does pretty decent damage, you know, has an explosive, maybe more like Fragger, actually, I'm not exactly sure. But I did extremely well with him because that was something I was accustomed to. I was killing people left and right. And then I switched to Zenyatta, who is a medic class, and I know a lot of people consider him to be like super high DPS, but the way you play him, you can't go balls to the wall, you have to be very careful, and I wasn't really used to that, right? So I got my ass kicked. I mean, Zenyatta's ability to shoot, it's more like throwing balls at people, and it feels different than shooting a gun. So I was totally not used to how the hero works. You know, it wasn't natural to me, so I got my ass kicked over and over again until I kind of figured out how the hero fits into the game, which is sort of stay in the back, debuff the enemies, heal your teammates, and go for like pot shots and just play extremely carefully. In Dirty Bomb, you know, I feel like there's a bit more flexibility when you pick a medic class. You can kind of go a bit more Rambo than you could in Overwatch. So I feel like in Overwatch, the roles are a bit more clearly defined, for better or worse. And in Dirty Bomb, you have a bit more flexibility because pretty much everyone has similar weapons and health pools, right? I mean, some of these heroes in Overwatch have like triple the health pools of the squishier ones. It's kind of nuts. Anyways, I think this video is kind of rambling on for a little too long, but I want to answer the question, will Overwatch destroy Dirty Bomb's population when it comes out? You know, when Overwatch comes out, will everyone just jump ship to Overwatch and desert Dirty Bomb to this empty husk of a game or whatever? And my answer is going to be no. I do not think this will happen to Dirty Bomb. And again, this is sort of, you know, my first impressions from playing Overwatch for 6 hours, but I have a good grasp of how the game works. I feel like both games are great. They appeal to two very different, or at least different enough archetypes of players, very different demographics. So I feel like it's not going to be directly competing. You know, you have a lot of people who play Dirty Bomb. They're like, oh, I'm just playing Dirty Bomb until Overwatch comes out. Then I'm gonna jump ship to Overwatch. Well, I think that's a little misguided because Dirty Bomb is so different from Overwatch. Overwatch is pretty different from Dirty Bomb. I think if you want to prepare for Overwatch, maybe play a game like, I don't know, Paladins, Battleborn, maybe even a MOBA. You know, I feel like those games are a lot closer to Overwatch than Dirty Bomb is. Dirty Bomb is more like a CSGO / TF2 hybrid. It's not gonna prepare you. Look at this, treating it like a freaking exam or something. It's not gonna prepare you for Overwatch. I mean, sure, like certain aspects, because it's a shooter and because it's an ability-based, merc-based, hero-based, whatever shooter. Yes, there are certain similarities, but I feel like there's definitely a distinct difference between the two games, in my opinion. I think there's definitely room in this world for both Dirty Bomb and Overwatch. You know, a bunch of people will like Overwatch, a bunch of people will like Dirty Bomb. I mean, heck, for me personally, I'll be playing both. But, you know, I mean, that comparison, I feel like if it was Paladins, I'd be a bit more concerned for Paladins, just because that, in my opinion, is a bit more similar than to Overwatch than Dirty Bomb is to Overwatch. Again, guys, please remember this is based off of, like, I don't know, 6 hours of Overwatch. It's probably more than 6 hours, maybe closer to 8 hours of Overwatch. I am by no means a Overwatch expert. This is just sort of my first, based off of my first impressions. Who knows, maybe my next week I'll change my mind and I'll have like a friggin' epiphany and the world will turn upside down. But if it does, if the world does turn upside down, I'll be sure to link a annotation here on the video linking to my new thoughts, my new enlightened thoughts, of next week. But chances are, my opinion will probably stand and there'll probably be no video here. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys have Overwatch? Did you guys get into the closed beta? And if you did get into the closed beta, what are your impressions of it? How similar or different is it from Dirty Bomb? Do you kind of see the arguments I'm making? Do you disagree with what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.